My name is Janiyah Walker. I am going to the 10th grade.
My name is Jeremy Hall. I'm a rising 10th grader.
I'm Kamara Jenkins, going to the 10th grade of Columbia High School.
Why is the discussion about social media important to you?
Well, social media is something each of us get on every morning or every day. One thing about our generation is we tend to record everything.
You can basically chop social media up into 3 categories: positive, negative, and ugly.
There's too much content that's just there that's probably not appropriate for everyone to see.
And with the negativity of the influence on social media, what does that look like for the youth who are experiencing heavy pressures already in their everyday lives, and they see on their timelines things that can influence them in the wrong way?
So in my research, I read that 86% of teens 16 to 24 feels like social media negatively impacts their happiness.
I think it really takes a toll on them. I think it affects everyone that watches it.
You could be painting a false narrative and it can make you feel some type of way. They only show you what they want you to see. Cyberbullying is a really big thing with social media. From personal experience, I was one of them kids that always wanted to bark back, and I didn't want to just leave it alone. I just had to step away from it for my mental health and my sanity.
You know, one thing that I saw, social media influence is bullying. Crimes that we see on IG Live. How much of a heaviness does that add to the youth lives?
Seeing a lot of violence could traumatize you, especially if you're not used to stuff like that.
That can impact youth lives by them seeing different gun violence, and then they wonder, am I safe?
How have you been able to navigate through the pressures of social media?
I look at what's familiar to me. So if you are liking and following a bunch of positive things, then you can probably steer away from most of the negative.
What I do is, if I've been on social media for too long, I delete it off my phone just for maybe a week or two, and to see how that goes.
I heard a quote by Dr. King. He said, "If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving."